psycho-spiritual blast. They tried to forge a brand new low, but my internal peace will last. Yeah, the price went up, the ride got wild, saw demons in the clown. But you can't touch a queen who's locked her kingdom down. Got that lion's mane focus and that rose petal skin. A fresh spring chicken laughing while the chaos buckles in. This ain't no fall, it's just a drop before the loop begins. True divine stories with Rainchild, let the final act begin.
Hello, beautiful stars, earth, air, fire, and water. I hope everyone has been staying prayed up, blessed up, and doing what you do best. It is a beautiful afternoon out here in Rainchild's Corners, and I just hope you all continue to do no other than what? Vibing and staying on those paths, okay? Yeah, it takes a minute. That's why I'm always fidgeting with my hair, because you know I've been wearing it up in a damn ponytail so long, and it just basically it takes a very long time to get it back tamed, you know, to get it to do what it's supposed to do. Anyway, here we are again. So I am on right now. It's a whole nother day. So I was able to just do one yesterday, so I'm gonna see what else I can probably come up with, you know, because I actually broke my break up into two 15-minute breaks, and so I figured I'd get out of the hustle and bustle just for a little second. Take me a little 15 minutes and see what we come up with. I haven't even did anything with the other ones yet, but probably by the time you see this one, they will be posted. Probably gonna post them in the same day. We'll see, but probably not all of them, because you know I'm just kind of like, I think I need to do probably 2 or 3 of these a week. Yeah, a week. But we'll see. So how's everyone been doing? I hope everyone has been doing all right. Yeah. No, I'm not even going to focus on anything negative, so we're going to be positive, because we already know that people want to insert themselves in your life, and they want to pretend that you're in some type of competition with them. That's what they want to pretend, but yet they don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? So they can feel like they're, you know, so they can feel like they're winning, or whatever it is that they're winning. Maybe if you win, I'll provide candy apples. You know, I make those too. So I will provide prize candy apples. You know, first place will get the blue, right? Or is it the red? So I guess first place will get the blue, or they get the red. But you know, with Sagittarius don't play no games. They are all about, you know, straightforward, you know, making sure things are organized, making sure things are, you know, copacetic when it comes to their livelihood, their life. And what it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to start with the first deacon. So what is it that the first deacon, Sagittarius, needs to know about their Denetto? We're going to see, okay? First deacon, and I wasn't even going to put nothing, but I'm going to have like a chart. So you probably already seen the chart, because I put it in the beginning of the video, okay? So you already know which one you are, instead of you having to look. A lot of people already know, but you know. Alright, let me start. It's silly. Alright, nothing but the highest light. God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, evil is never welcome here. I did not get a chance to bless them, so I'm just going to do it now. Nothing but the highest light. God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, evil is never welcome here. What is it that the first deacon, Sagittarius, beautiful Sagittarius, need to know right now? Thank you. Right. Partnership. All right, it says allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. All right, and it says you are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skill and resource. All right. So when it comes to the first deacon, Sagittarius, they're saying, you know, maybe this might be something you might be going through. It might not be necessarily a horrible, negative, bad thing, but they're letting you know that there is some type of supportive partnership. And they're saying allow. So therefore, allow health, you know, healthful. It's not saying helpful, it's saying healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career. And both parties benefit as the result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So someone who is skillful in something that you might need. If you both, you know, collaborate together when it comes to something that's going to be healthful. However that may look for you, being a first deacon, you know, Sagittarius. You know, it's going to be something that you're going to be needing to receive from heaven. And from a person who brings the type of skill that is needed. So if you might have been, you know, hitting a brick wall or worried about a particular thing or need to resolve something, let these healthful, skilled, you know, people into your life. Therefore, so y'all can both benefit off of what it is that the two of you need to become partners in. Okay? It's starting to get hot, y'all. We don't like to be baking. We're going to go into the second deacon. Second deacon. Sagittarius. Oh, child. Hair. Not even my damn hair in my mouth. Ooh, there we go. Second deacon. All right. It says, deservingness. It says you are a beloved child of God like anyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. It says even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels, you know, can see how amazing you truly are. So if you've been doubting that you're an actual loving individual, know you are deserving and you are loved and you are seen. You know, sometimes, you know, we might shut ourselves off, you know what I'm saying, you know, to situations, people, places, or whatever. You know, we like to go in a hermit mode. If you're a second deacon, Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a beloved child of God, it says, you know, everyone is a beloved child of God. It doesn't matter who they are. You know, you just have to recognize who you are and where you come from. All right. And it says, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. So if you're a second deacon, Sagittarius, maybe perhaps you've been thinking about, you know, walking your, you know, going into your divine purpose, you know, walking into your divinity. Know you are worthy of doing so. And if you can't recognize that you're a lovable individual, maybe you might think, you know, you're too hard on yourself, or you might think you're too hard of a person to get along with. You know, these are things that we just have to work on, you know, no matter who we are. First, second, third, or fourth, fifth, sixth. You know, we just have to learn to recognize these qualities within ourselves, that we are lovable and we can be accepted, because there is somebody out there for everybody, you know. And when you decide you want to heal and work on yourself and do all the things that you want to do, you are deserving. You're deserving this, period. However that may look for you. And these cards are tripped because these cards, you know, they're asking, you know, so technically, all right, I get it. All right. If you have any kind of questions that, you know, when it comes to your finances, anything about your abundance, you know, just, you know, look at these answers. Yeah, so basically, you know, you deserve to receive support, you know, as far as your prosperity. And even if you might be a little tough, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't make it, you know, any harder or any different. You know what I'm saying? Some of you are working on yourselves. You know what I'm saying? You're working, to get into that, position. Trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are, and you are deserving. Period. So don't think so. Okay. All right. So we're going to be going into the third Deacon, Sagittarius. Okay. Nothing but the highest light, God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, evil is never welcome here. Ooh, these mugs don't be playing, honey. They be like, poof. All right. So however you may look at this message, if it has anything to do with abundance or whatever, it says focus on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention that they need. All right, it says, and you deserve. All right, it says even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So if you got something going on and you might have been thinking, okay, you might have been putting something off, it could be in a business you've been working on or a business you might have been thinking about, and you've been putting it off, and you're not seeing things clearly, however that may look for you. It might not even necessarily even be about any kind of, prosperity, but because, prosperity works in all types of energy to me. It don't necessarily have to be, money. Prosperity to me could be, your energy. You know what I'm saying? Your livelihood. Could be a million different things. However you may look at prosperity. Okay? Where you put your focus, is where you receive your outcome. So you probably need to focus a little bit more on what it is that you want to see. Whatever it is that you want to see, having some type of, outcome in. Just focus your energy and your mind and everything, to what it is that you want to see. And when you focus on that in a positive manner, whatever it is that, the Most High is basically saying that you deserve, you will get, but you're going to have to put some type of focus towards it. You can't just keep avoiding the things. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to me too. So that was for the first, second, and third Deacon Sagittarius. And I will be back sooner than later. Love you all. Deuces. Mwah.